So I'm out and aboot. Here I am in the lovely province of Quebec. We're going to be interviewing a rabid antivaxxer. He's going to get his reaction on the announcement by the Premier of Quebec earlier this week that there will be a tax on people that are not vaxxed. And this is going worldwide. Okay, every government around the world is now aware of what Quebec is going to be doing, and they're considering doing it for themselves. Although Greece also has a system in place where they tax, they actually fine people who are not vaxxed a month. So this is now going to be possibly the new way of doing things. But this fellow here is a rabid anti-vaxxer. I want to get his viewpoint because I'm a fair guy. And I want to, I want to see the other side, so I can see what they're thinking, what their thought processes are, which should be very good for you too. But before we do this, I just want to mention that there is a beautiful friend of mine. Well, not beautiful in terms of appearance, a nice guy. He's also an accountant. We call him the nice accountant. All right, he is a mensch, a good person. And he really cares for you and your financial being, and he's on your case in a good way to see what he can do for you to save you money or to register your company for taxes or anything like that. It's Warren Maged, Maged. His number is 514-559-0495. Mention my name, and I'll put you at the top of the list. You may even get some type of matzo ball soup as part of his deal. But he didn't actually guarantee that, but I may suggest it to him. Call him up. Good guy. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to see this anti-vaxxer, and we're going to hear his opinions about this new proposed tax that will be happening in the lovely province of Quebec.
This has gone far enough with the Premier saying that us...
you want to identify yourself?
Yeah, my name's Dan. And
what?
Dan.
Is that your real name?
Yes, it is, actually.
Well, how do we know that? Anyways, go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah. I always use... Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
all
so...
Right.
It's gone too far. I mean, I've been patient enough.
What are you, military?
No.
Ex-military? You look like a flak jacket.
I've done a few. I helped the military.
I can see that.
I helped them.
You're paramilitary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the Israeli military.
What?
The best in the world.
Whatever.
Okay. So,
yeah.
I think this is a total nonsense piece of crap law that he came out with. That if I get sick and I have to go to the hospital, I show up at the emergency. I mean, I'm going to be taxed because, I don't know, I broke an ankle or something.
No, you're not going to be taxed at the point of entry.
So anyway, the tax, whether it's point of entry or if it's later on in income tax, whatever. So the problem is there's not enough science in this. They say the science says this and that. There's people in the hospital. I spoke to Dr. Bougaboo.
Who?
Very well known. Dr. Bougaboo. He's one of the top doctors, infection specialists.
I never heard of him.
Because he's from Cape Town, South Africa. That's why you never...
Well, okay. No. I know doctors worldwide. I've never heard of this particular...
Yeah, well, he studies... Yeah. He's been, crunching the numbers. And he's saying that, that it's the people who didn't get the vaccine that were causing all the people being going to the hospital in the ICU... and that it's
and you don't believe that.
No,
why don't you believe that?
Because
the evidence is there.
What evidence?
10%.
We don't know. Yes, I heard that the 10% affects the 50%. Listen, I will tell you something. This is you speak to one, you hear one thing one day,
yeah,
and today, I heard, Only 40% of the people were not vaxxed. And then, like, a week ago, I heard it was 70% of the people were unvaxxed.
Well, hold it. Do you think that because of the possibility, I'm just suggesting something to you, sir, the possibility that maybe less people are now inhabiting the beds of the anti-vaxxers or people who haven't got vaxxed, could it be that those people have died? The 10% lower they have passed away because they're in the hospital and they're at the on ventilator. They have passed away because they weren't vaxxed. Do you consider that in your calculation?
Well, that's a nice theory, but what we're going to look at here, what about all those people Dr. Boogaboo was saying about
Dr. Boogaboo.
in the that many of the people who died who were on that death statistic were from heart attacks. Those go into the emergency too, from bad car crashes. For a host of
so you're
strokes.
disputing.
So I'm just saying that it's not all those people.
You're disputing the statistics that the government puts out.
Well, it depends which government you speak to.
Well, we're talking about this government.
The one in Quebec, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're disputing the WHO organization worldwide.
Well, the WHO, remember what they said at the beginning, the first wave. They said there's nothing to be afraid about except fear itself. I remember
that was Winston Churchill, I think,
or
could have been Roosevelt.
WHO, and I saw him on the television make the announce. There's nothing.
Sir, WHO is an organization.
I saw them.
Not a person.
No, but they were saying, as a representative, he said. There's nothing to fear except fear itself. He was referring to the COVID at that time. They were wrong because 4 days later they decided, oh, wait a minute, we're going to have to close down the whole planet.
All right, you're going back 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's where it started.
All right, when people
that's the WHO.
What?
The WHO.
Who's on first?
Not the WHO, not the band. I'm talking about the World Health Organization.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me something. And the NHS. All right, in the States, you don't value their scientific statistics when they come out all the time with what they're saying. In other words, there's no competent organization, scientific competent that you believe in. You believe this is all a hoax.
No, I didn't say it's a hoax. I said that our rights, my rights, I live here in Quebec, Montreal, my rights as a citizen, I pay my taxes, I pay for...
Why aren't you vaxxed? Why aren't you vaxxed?
That's my right.
But why aren't you? What's your reason?
Well, first of all, it's chemicals going in you. You don't know what's going in you.
Did I see you smoking a cigarette?
No.
Yes, I did. And do you know what's in that cigarette when you smoke it?
About 1,000.
Can you name them?
No.
Okay, there you go. All right. I see you reaching for a drink here, a McDonald's drink here.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you know what's in that drink, in that Coke or whatever you have there?
It's not Coke. Here, look.
What is it?
It's water.
Do you know what's in that water?
H2O is.
Do you know what's in that water?
H2O.
Do you know how that water is treated? In other words, you don't know everything about everything, but you assume that in a vaccine...
I trust the water more than I trust...
I see. Who do you trust, sir, in the world?
I trust a lot of the people that are ex-doctors.
Ex-doctors?
Yeah, ex-doctors. They're in their 80s. They've retired.
The ex-doctors.
Yeah, they put it out on the
on may the have
web.
A little bit of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they might have maybe
a little bit, a little dementia going on.
Yeah, that's it.
They're going for their last crack of they think is their authority. That's who you believe in. And Dr. Boogaloo.
Well, Dr. Boogaloo is tough.
Oh.
He came to Quebec once.
But you believe...
And he can't even speak French.
You believe...
But he knows his stuff.
You believe that it's all a hoax. You believe it's a hoax. Okay, we finally got you to admit it.
Okay.
All right, you believe it's a hoax by who?
By many people.
Listen, can you name some?
Oh, yes. There's, what's his name, Price?
Who?
Price.
Who's Price?
Price. He's the guy that he came up. I don't know.
You don't know. It's just a name. Can you mention anybody of authority that you actually is?
Well, okay. There's also Price's doctors.
Who?
His doctors. What they were saying is that you should. Everybody. His doctors was
Who's
saying.
Price?
Who's? Can I finish this? What?
Price. You just took his Price Club.
Not Price.
You know the club that was they used to have a Price Club here. I think it's about. Sir, where are you getting your information?
Okay.
Where's your authority?
I don't think that by closing down, I can't go to big box stores now in Quebec just because I don't have a vaccine.
Yes, you can.
Oh, which ones?
You can go to Walmart, I believe. Okay, and as long as you stick within the section of the grocery section, because they're debating this right now. But if you go anywhere else out of that little section, you may have to show your vaccine passport. Did you ever think of
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
That's full of crap. That's a crap science. Because if a person goes in without the vaccination and goes to buy bananas, let's say, and another person who I've been standing in line behind is going to go to the other section to buy a toaster or a coffee machine, no, that's crap.
No, I understand, sir, that things are not quite clear so far as to these new prohibitions that are going to be put into effect here. And that's probably what's causing your uncertainty and your paranoia that everything is made up. Just because they're going along, they're finding their way. Nothing is definite. It will be definite. They'll come out, but you're jumping the gun. You think everything is just made up.
No, they're jumping the gun because they don't know the results of their rules they're going to make in Walmart. We don't know ahead of time.
So let me, in closing, been very informative to speak to you.
Yeah.
Are you ever
Don't forget
entertain and never going to entertain the possibility of doing the right thing, of protecting other people from you by getting a vaccine? Are you ever is that going to ever enter your mind that you're going to do something for the public good?
That goes without saying that it's a possibility.
Yeah, what's going to change your mind?
Well, first of all, I don't like the idea of, I have my citizen's right. If I decide to stay home,
stay home, sir. Please stay home.
That could be done.
Please stay home. Yeah. Isolate yourself from us. Okay, do your shopping online. Have Amazon deliver all that stuff. Have Uber, whatever you want. Just stay. Whatever. Just stay away from us with your freedom. Live free or die. That's your decision. Live free or die. But if you're going to live, please live away from us. Just stay away. Stay away from us as far as possible. Is that possible? Thank you, sir. It's a very informative meeting you. Please, I'm going to now make a mad dash out of here, because God forbid I should catch not the COVID. Your paranoia!